Good morning, everybody. It says we're live anyway. How is everybody doing? Did everybody fare through the windstorm okay yesterday? Can you all hear me okay? We all good? We'll hang out for a few minutes to let some other people come wandering on in. L Dog, thanks for the 5x5. Okay, good. Lone Prepper, Blue Cord, good to see you. All clear, good. Rural, good morning. So I'm having some coffee I got from Amish country yesterday. And boy, I tell you what, it's pretty good. Madison Township. Jay, good to see you. Hope you did fared okay through the windstorm yesterday. Country Prepper, good morning. The wind snapped off some of my privacy fence posts. SRD, good to see you. So I'll be replacing post. I got to dig post holes today, which was not on my to-do list, but plans change, right? So it happens. Country Prepper, yeah, definitely boots on the ground in Iran soon, if they're not already there. I saw a lot of pictures of semis rolled over on the highway, and see if I can get the glare out of my glasses a little bit. Nope. Okay, sorry. A lot of trees down, roofs came off. We had tropical storm force winds yesterday here in Ohio. All I did was, like I said, I lost a little bit of fence that I got to go replace today, and the power was out for a few hours. Nothing serious. Yep, I saw that, Country Prepper. Let me put that up there. There were some roads closed, and a couple restaurants lost their roofs, and things like that. But crazy weather we've had so far this year. KR4, good to see you, Gary. So we went to Amish country yesterday. Tropical 4, GG's, good to see you. And all 8 went to the Amish flea market, went to the Amish grocery store. I have some video, which I was going to put together today so I could release it. However, I got to go dig fence posts. So I don't know if that's going to, I don't know if I'll get that out today or not. Probably end up doing it tomorrow. And if it don't come out tomorrow, maybe it'll be like Tuesday. Hardwire, no power all evening. Yeah, we were out for a few hours, and we got back from Amish country, didn't have any power. But, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. We're prepared for things like that. So, and it came back on a few hours later. We didn't really even notice, to tell you the truth. So, yeah. Yep. Wind was crazy in Indiana. Ken Corso, good to see you. Yeah, we stopped at the Amish grocery store. We went to eat at Mrs. Yoder's kitchen. Don't tell Granny if she pops in. That's her favorite place on the planet. You had a tornado. Whoops, I missed it. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going out and digging post holes today. I had other things planned, but plans change. I got to put the fence back up so the doggies can go run around the backyard. Otherwise, they'll be running around the neighborhood. Hardwire, yeah, I understand that. So, I love the Amish grocery store because everything out there is made right there. You don't have to worry about your 3D printed meat and all that other garbage. So I did not do a Doom report for the last few days because I was busy. So let's get caught up. We'll start on Thursday, since that's what I didn't do on Thursday or Friday. So the military analysts say that reopening the Strait of Hormuz, I can never say that word, may require ground operations to seize part of Iranian coasts. So looks like there's definitely going to be boots on the ground. Yeah, there's some thrift stores we stopped at out there. Blue Cord, you been to Mrs. Yoder's Kitchen? Oh, I'm telling you, they got the best chicken on the planet. Absolutely best chicken on the planet. There is the Orlando Prepper. Guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the Orlando Prepper, go subscribe to the Orlando Prepper. So, yeah. All right. So, let's see. The IEA has confirmed the war in Iran has caused the single largest collapse in global oil supply ever recorded. I'm telling you, if you need heating fuel or something like that, I would get it now, because things are just going to keep going up and up and up. It's going to get bad. Not only that, but they don't even talk about the food supply and all the fertilizer that we're not going to have, or it's going to be too expensive. The Kremlin is setting informational conditions to expand Russia's demand of Ukraine and NATO by making it clear that its current demands are no longer sufficient. Well, they're going to use this. A lot of places are starting to get oil from Iran or from Russia, and they're going to use it to their advantage, which, okay, and we probably would too. Also, if you have not subscribed to the Rural Report, do that. That is where the 0 hour is this week. So, guys, go ahead and drop your links or drop any other links you want. That stuff don't bother me. Some people don't like that. I don't care. So, nearly $1 trillion was wiped out from the stock market on Thursday. The current stock market, the futures, is down 209 points. I just looked before I got on. They're going to shut down the internet in Russia. I don't know what that's all about. U.S. oil reserves are set to decline by 41% to their lowest level since the 1980s after the U.S. announces 172 million barrels are being released. They're trying to bring the prices down, but the thing is, if we keep releasing all the reserves, there's not going to be any. Whoa. Diesel in Wilmington, Delaware was $7.47. Wow. Crazy. CBS News says the KC-135 that crashed went down near Turabil, which is along the Iraqi-Jordanian border, according to the intelligence sources. Nobody survived. So, sold at market price, yeah. Somebody said something about ejection seats. They don't have ejection seats in a KC-135. It is a big plane. It's not like a little fighter jet. So, okay. Glock store says prepare for ammo shortages due to the war and China blocking shipments of raw materials. One of the world's largest open pit copper mines that produces about 300,000 tons of copper per year and roughly 4% of the global refined copper supply has shut down. I've heard some other channels talk about that too. So there's definitely, if you need any more ammo, go get it now. Yeah, that's not, SRD, that's not a, well, if I can, there we go, I got it. Did I get it? No, I didn't get it. Yeah, that's not a lot of oil. It sounds like a lot of oil. It's not. Two Russian Su-24 fighter jets flying in international airspace near NATO borders were intercepted by NATO aircraft. Half of Thailand's fishing fleet, about 9,000 vessels, is expected to remain in port this coming week due to the shortage of diesel. Dan H., good to see you this morning. So, yeah, that's going to cut into the food supply, right? Trump believes that Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader's son, that is now in charge, is injured but still alive. Yeah, there was reports that he got his ankle broke in an attack. Mobile internet has been shut down in Moscow for a week. The Dubai National Financial Center has been struck by an Iranian drone. Yeah, we keep, Trump saying, "Oh, we decimated. They have no military left at all," but yet they seem to be hitting an awful lot of stuff here in the last few days. Oh, thanks, Eric. Okay, CENTCOM says all 6 crew members aboard the KC-130, didn't survive. Yeah. Trump says there could be more than 1,700 Iranian sleeper cells. The Pentagon is deploying a Marine expeditionary unit. We already talked about this. Up to 2,500 Marines to the Middle East after Iran intensified attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, I don't believe half of what I hear either, but I do want to tell you my back channel sources have been pretty good. They haven't really redacted hardly anything. They've been pretty good about getting stuff right, which with the fog of war going on, I got to give them some credit. They're doing a pretty good job. Belarus dictator Lukashenko threatens Europe with a nuclear strike using Oreshnik IRBMs. This guy's always spouting about wanting to nuke everybody, so I don't really listen to him too much. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was abruptly pulled from a live interview after being told the president wants you right away. After returning, his voice was noticeably shaken. Yeah, I actually watched that interview, and he was. I don't know what Trump said to him, but he was a little, I don't know. So I don't know what was going on with that, but I watched the interview, and when he came back, he kind of stumbled over his words. He didn't know what to say. So I don't know what that was all about, but it was interesting. Oh boy, I tell you what, that is good coffee. Drones have been seen around the general area of Mansfield, Louisiana, conducting what officials believe are surveillance of oil fields and other infrastructure targets. FBI has warned Louisiana law enforcement to be on the lookout for Middle Eastern males driving U-Hauls and similar trailers carrying drones. Like, you're not going to see a drone sitting on the back of a trailer running around town. That's not going to throw up any alerts. But still, a nice time to live in Nowhere, Ohio. I don't really have to worry about that. Oh, there you go, guys. Gen X Prepper's doing a live stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. with Twin Arrow Survival. If you want to check that out. Ooh, Little Lone Prepper. I got to back up a little bit. Little Lone Prepper just had a really good point there. So, Little Lone Prepper says, not only do I not believe everything I hear, since AI started, I no longer believe my lying eyes. That is a great point there. Especially, that is something that I wanted to mention, and I'm glad you brought that up, Little Lone Prepper. 8 a.m. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Gen X. 8 a.m., not 8 p.m. Okay. Yeah, if you're getting your news, make sure you get your news from a decent source. Pilgrim, good morning. Good to see you. Because there's a lot of crap flying around out there between the AI pictures and the misinformation, and it's getting ridiculous. And boy, if you scroll through, especially if you scroll through TikTok, you're going to see, you see videos of places getting nuked and everything else. And I swear, I tell you what, Advert, good to see you. If just make sure you're getting some credible news. Sherry, good to see you. Because there is a lot of crap out there. There just is. It's just ridiculous. Okay, USS Tripoli and its amphibious ready group, along with the attached Marine expeditionary group, I can't talk this morning, are heading towards the Middle East. They're probably already there. U.S. is preparing for a record-breaking deal to arm Taiwan with $14 billion in military equipment. Military aid package, which includes PAC-3s and NASAMS, anti-aircraft missiles. Well, we just took a bunch of stuff out of Taiwan to use over with Iran, so I don't think we want to leave them too awful unarmed. Well, this just came in. Iran says the dock of Qasim Island was hit by a missile. Okay, the U.S. has deployed 10,000 Ukrainian Mirops, an AI-driven interceptor drone, to the Middle East. The U.S. has also deployed Ukrainian Bumblebee interceptor drones to the region. The quadcopters are designed to crash into enemy drones. Well, hey, I tell you what, Ukraine knows how to defend against these drones. They've been doing it for the last 4 years, so. Advert, good idea. We just went and got we basically went grocery shopping in Amish country at Troyer's Amish Market. And I got, like I said, I took some video. I'll put it together one of these days. I was going to do it today, but due to the wind damage I had last night, I have to go dig fence posts later on, which I'm really not looking forward to. That was not in my plans for today. But you got to be flexible, right? Plans change. So a fence post digging I will be, unfortunately. Rabbit, good morning. Good to see you. Okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah, okay. Axios says that Trump rejected Putin's proposal to transfer Iranian enriched uranium, say that 3 times fast, to Russia as part of the agreement to end the war. Well, yeah, I mean, Trump's not going to go along with that. Hey, we'll take it. No, I don't think so. Yeah, right. Ukraine figured this drone thing out. So, Billy, good morning. Good to see you. Oh, Trump was spouting about the big old strike. So we hit that island, the Kharag Island yesterday. Iran is not happy of that. Yeah, you guys supposed to get a snowstorm up there in Michigan? I did see something about that. Yeah, you know, SRD, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens eventually. Canning some fruit and potatoes this weekend. Awesome. I would love to be doing stuff like that. I got to go dig fence posts. I don't want to dig fence posts. The UP, the Upper Peninsula, is getting 1 to 2 feet of snow. I thought I saw something about a big snowstorm going through up there. The IRGC says our naval forces attacks will continue until all American terrorist bases in the region are destroyed. It's all part of the plan. Yeah, I think it is, SRD. I agree. Wow. So you basically had a blizzard, 16 inches of snow and 50-mile-an-hour winds. 5 U.S. Air Force refueling planes were struck and damaged on the ground at Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia. Like I said, they are still managing to fire plenty of rockets and missiles and drones and everything else, even though Trump says we pretty much wiped them out. Rabbit, yep, good idea. Stay prepared. IDF forces attempted to advance in the town of Eteroun, southern Lebanon, but were struck with a glide missile during clashes with Hezbollah, according to Al Jadid. Venezuela's interim government says it talks with Trump administration to send key Maduro ally Alex Saab to the U.S. to force prosecution on charges that could include money laundering. Saab was detained in early February after being removed from Venezuela's industrial minister. That's no Trump spouting about all the good. Oh, I'm the bestest ever. More B-2 Stratofortresses has arrived at RAF Fairford. 3 landed this morning, which was yesterday morning. There are now 6 on the ground. They joined a fleet of 12 B-1 Lancers and 2 B-1s that took off this morning. Supplied JDAM bunker buster bombs continue to be moved around the airfield. Yeah, and that's the only way to do it. You're going to have to. Yeah, I agree completely, SRD. You're going to have to go in there and boots on the ground because you can throw all the bunker busters at them mountains you want, and they're just going to laugh at you. I mean, they don't want to do it because they know there's going to be backlash, but I don't really think they have a choice. I mean, not if they're actually going to finish the job. If they're going to half-ass it and leave the regime in power, because if they bail out and leave them mountain bases intact, the Iranian regime will just be back in power, and we'll be right. We'll be doing this same thing a few years down the road. Right. See, SRD's been paying attention to what's going on. Right. Yep. Oh, we're going to be in and out of there in 4 or 5 weeks. No, we're not. We got no chance of being in and out of there in 4. Only if we're in and out of there in 4 or 5 weeks, then there's going to be the Iranian regime will still be in power. That's good coffee. Okay, NATO air defense intercepted on Iranian ballistic munitions fired towards Turkey. I still think they're trying to drag NATO into this. Yeah, SRD, that's probably about right. Nomad, good to see you. Yeah, that I agree with too, Nomad. We're on the same page on that one. The Turkish defense minister said on March 13th, making the latest a series of missile incidents over its airspace. In the last 48 hours, Iranian missiles have achieved twice the hit rate against American and Zionist targets. Well, yeah, because we're running out of air defense missiles. Israel is planning to seize the entire area of South Lebanon, south of the Litani River, in a massive ground invasion. Yep, this is true. Oh, okay. So the Houthis, and Asuro Political Bureau member Mohammed al-Bakadi stated that the decision has been made to stand militarily alongside Iran, adding that the 0 hour will be announced at the appropriate time. Well, no, 0 hours tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on Rural's channel. But yeah, so the Houthis, if they close the other strait, I don't remember what it's called. It's a little 18-mile strait. If they close that, boy, I tell you what, you ain't seen nothing yet. U.S. officials, the New York Times has elaborated on the previous report strikes on Iranian economically imported Kurg Island. Officials confirmed President Trump's earlier statement that only military infrastructure was targeted, adding that missiles and mine storage sites were also targeted along the strikes. The U.S. is set to recognize Somaliland after Israel. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either, CUCB. 16 commercial vessels have been damaged or destroyed in the first 2 weeks of the war with Iran. And an Iranian drone destroyed a U.S. CRAM defense system near the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad last night. That was at 1:17 a.m. Says we have more than 350,000 without power in Ohio. I believe it. I'll tell you what. So things aren't getting any better. The economy sucks. The economy's not going to get any better right away. Yes, 97. Yep, that's exactly right. I just actually looked that up right before I got on. $97.20. And it's probably just going to go up. So let me get this in here. Hang on just a second. I got to push some buttons. Always got to push the buttons. I got to push some buttons. Oh, I got to turn that off. All right. Do that. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do either. Come on now. There we go. All right, there we go. So I pinned the link to the top if anybody wants to come up and talk about any of this. Another bad storm. Gas went up about 60 cents. Oil's already jumped up. Yeah, I looked at it. I seen the 97.20, but that was half an hour ago. So yeah, like I said, gas is going up, food's going up. I watched wow, it's going up like mad, huh? I watched Independent Men United's Rabbit Hole live she did Thursday night. I want to say it was Thursday night. Oh, mine hasn't refreshed. Oh, crude oil futures. Yep, it's went up. Anyway, she was talking about, I showed a bunch of videos and that about the stuff in your food. Brent crude is 102. About all the stuff, the 3D printed meat and all this garbage. It's a good watch if you want to go back and check out the replay on Indy's channel. She's been doing some really good stuff over there. I really enjoy Indy's channel. But anyway, so we went to the Amish market yesterday and did our grocery shopping. Now, we're lucky. We have that option. It's about, it's a 20-minute drive or 20-mile drive. So out to Amish country to get to the Amish market. So it's not like, yeah, we could go a mile down the road to Walmart, but I don't want to get food from Walmart because of the crap they put in it. So we went and got some real food at the Amish grocery store, which is where we're going to do the majority of our shopping from now on. Because everything out there is made there. Now they have a few things they ship in. They have some soda and things, but most of it is yeah. Most of it is made right there. Yeah. I'm not, like I said, we're lucky that we have the ability to go to the Amish market to get groceries because it's close by. A lot of people don't have that option. They don't have an Amish market. So we're about 20 miles, 25 miles from the largest or second largest. They go back and forth Amish community in the country in Holmes County, Ohio. And the other one is Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And like I said, they go back and forth about which one's the biggest. And it really doesn't matter. They're both big. So whatever. Yep. A lot of people will. Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, it's a godsend living close to the Amish. Yeah, Mennonites. Yeah, Mennonites are just, I don't know what, around here we just say they're just Amish people with cars. Yep, I'm telling you, that's the place to go, and it won't be too long. Well, as soon as the crops come up, they'll start having the little roadside markets where they sell all their produce that hasn't been sprayed with a bunch of crap. So we will be buying produce and canning and freezing and all that good stuff. Takes you an hour or two to get to the Amish country. Half your family's Mennonite. Okay. You got Amish 20 or 30 miles from you. Okay. Yeah, like I said, the Holmes County is about 25 miles up the road, which is, again, the largest Amish community or second largest, whatever, in the whole country. So that's what I did for a living for about 3 years after the whole great toilet paper apocalypse was haul Amish. And it's a good job. So, SRD, have a good day. You got some Amish around Fremont. Yeah, they're spread out. I mean, there's Amish everywhere. I know there's some decent sized communities in Indiana that I've drove the ones from here over to, and then of course Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So yeah, if you have the ability to go shop in Amish country, if you have Amish country in your area, I suggest go do it. Half my county's Amish. Good. That, like I said, in this day and age, that's a great thing because you can actually get fresh. If you don't grow things yourself, or you don't grow enough, or whatever, you can get fresh produce and meat that hasn't been pumped full of steroids and all kinds of crazy stuff, so it grows faster. And it's a nice thing to have the Amish close by. Not only that, but you can learn a lot of stuff with them. Yep, Nomad, same here. Yeah, when I was young, we used to make fun of the Amish, but yeah, now looking back, now I'm like, yeah. They have another missile strike in Eilat, Israel. They're getting worse at shooting them down. Low Lone Prepper, you got no Amish in your area, huh? Yep, they have greenhouses. Yep, they grow stuff in the wintertime. Yeah, no, man, that's a good point. Rita's doing good. Yep, she's been feeling pretty good lately. She still has to get a test on the 31st. And, but so far they haven't found anything. I don't know if that's good or bad, and she has to get a colonoscopy again. Doesn't sound fun, does it? The missile that hit the school was made in Ohio, huh? Well, that wouldn't surprise me any. But Miss Rita is at work, and Miss Reba is asleep. So anybody got any big plans this weekend? I had big plans, but the windstorm kind of. Yeah. She's had to go through this. She had colon cancer about 5 years ago, and they removed about a foot of her colon, so she has to get an occasional colonoscopy. And the day before, she laughs about it, but taking all that stuff to clean you out. Yeah, that's about true. Oh, you got a mess up there, Billy, from all the rain or from all the wind. Yeah, we had a lot of semis turned over. I know the turnpike was closed yesterday to you couldn't drive an empty semi or an empty, or you couldn't pull like a boat or anything along the turnpike yesterday because of the wind. Did all our work around the house yesterday so you could hang out today. Yeah, I'm going to try to get everything done today, although I'll still have some stuff to do tomorrow, but I try not to do too awful much on Sunday other than go to church. Yeah, they want to do that here. They want to get rid of they're trying to get rid of the property taxes here, and our wonderful, wonderful governor has said if you do that, he's going to raise the sales tax to 20%. Yeah, 77 was closed. 77 was closed actually right in my area and north in a couple of places because I had semis laying on their side. Shawnee, good to see you. Whoops. Got to start organizing my building, but the weather is bipolar right now. Yeah. And you know, here in Ohio, that's not abnormal. We have most years we have fall spring and yeah, good old DeWine. Yeah, luckily he's not running for re-election. But yeah, he's terrible. I mean, yeah, he calls himself a Republican, but he don't act like one. Blasts are heard in Jerusalem after Israel army detected missile launches from Iran. Yeah, I don't vote. Sorry, I don't vote. I don't vote because I don't believe it's real. I think they've picked most of the people in power have been groomed and they know who the next 3 or 4 presidents are going to be, regardless of how you vote. Yes, fall spring. We have fall spring and second winter, and we had 60 miles. Yeah, we had. I've seen 65 right here in my area, and I've seen some higher ones up like Cleveland and stuff like that. Going to get a foot of snow tomorrow. Well, luckily we're not getting any snow. I don't think we might get a dusting or something. Actually, let me look that up real quick. But I know tomorrow it's supposed to be 70 like here the last time I looked, and then it's going to by Tuesday the high is 28. So Mother Nature's off her meds. Shawnee, but it's morning. Yeah, oh dog, I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I don't believe the people you see on TV that are in office are even making any of the decisions. They're just there. It's like a soap opera. Hi, Rocket. This is our old kitty, Rocket. How old are you, Rocket? Like 17 or something? I don't know. She's old. But so I don't bother voting because I don't think it matters. I think the whole country could vote for talking heads exactly. Could vote for one candidate and the other one would still win. So yes, tomorrow it says 74 here, and Tuesday's high at 28. So yeah, gotta love it. Really, they're trying to change the homeschooling laws. Yep, Pilgrim, I agree. It's all a show. Just it's like watching Days of Our Lives, right? My mom used to watch that when I was a kid. Yeah, it's all just something to entertain you, give you something to argue about. I don't think any of it's real. I really don't. That's just my opinion. Could I be wrong? Yeah, I can always be wrong. I'm not going to get on here and spew, I'm always right. There are a few channels that do that. But, yep, I agree. But I'm not one of them channels. I'm not going to. Actually, I don't like being right. But Because usually if I'm right, it's bad. Yeah, this war thing is not going to be over anytime soon. There are going to be boots on the ground. I've heard rumors of possibly restarting the draft. Again, rumors. So who knows? Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah. Oh, you can't read it till we pass it. Such crap. I watch politics. Okay, here's the thing. If politics were real, yeah, okay. All right. If politics were real, we have 360 roughly million people in this country, and cackling Harris and Trump were the best two we could find. Really? That's the cream of the crop? Come on, man. I mean, yep, they do. They do stuff. Yep, they do it on holidays. They do it at like midnight on like a Tuesday when everybody's in bed, or a Saturday night when nobody's paying attention. They're really good at that. Of course, it's what they do, right? So, yeah, yep. I still, like I said, I still say these people are groomed. They are they are trained and they know they're going to be president. I guarantee. Let's see. So what? I would guess the president, whoever's going to get elected in what is it 2032? Because I'm 2028 is already done deal. 2032, they probably already know who that's going to be. The person probably already knows who that they're going to be president. Yeah, they always do it on a Friday night, old dog. They do wait till the markets close because they don't want the market to crash. But and whoever is going to get elected in 2036 is probably being groomed right now to take that position. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good point too. So they would say, "Oh, the election was stolen." It's all a soap opera, man. I'm telling you. Boy, that is good coffee. Grown in Amish country. Oh, sorry for the quake. Yeah, I don't. I just don't. And I think it's even all the way down. I mean, they're all corrupt, all the way down to your city council, from the White House to your city council. They're all corrupt. Yeah, exactly. James, good to see you this morning. Stella, extra strong, right on. Janet, good to see you this morning. Yeah, that was the first casualty of the Iran war. Was the old Jeffy files. The funny thing is, if you listen to the Iran propaganda, they are spouting that they are fighting the Epstein governments in us and Israel. That's an interest. They might be onto something, you know. Yep, they're all corrupt. Possibly. But like I said, I still think it's all. Yep. I mean, there has to be. Yeah, right. There has to be. Ooh, King, that is a great comment right there. Uh, the Epstein files have to be a. how do I want to put this? There has to be a reason that they released them. It's some kind of plan because they didn't have to show us them. They could have just deleted them, or they could have used them like the Kennedy files and just buried them and say, "Well, national security, whatever, yada yada yada." Christy, good morning. How are you today? Hope everything's going well. But they released them and showed us anyway. So it all has to be, there's a means to an end. I just don't know what it is. I probably don't want to know what it is, but it's probably Klaus Schwab. The zoo eats the bugs. Oh, yeah. And they've been doing this for probably longer than any of us has been alive. I mean, there's people on that list that's been dead for 40 years or longer. So, oh, little lone prepper. That's Reba. That's Reba. She's out. Back here snoring. Yep. Reba, you taking a nap? Yep. She snores, that's for sure. It's the short nose. But yeah, I'm just I don't know. I'm not too optimistic about the future right now. And I hate being that way. But so King Corso, I agree completely. You know, I don't really know the real reason they got rid of Kristi Noem, but it seems a little suspicious to me. Of course, everything's suspicious to me these days. Yeah, my kitties are all sleeping. Dogs are sleeping. Everybody's sleeping but me. Yeah, but I don't know what their end game is here. Yeah, they said she got a promotion, but I'm not sure I buy that. Yep, I agree completely, Gen X. So yeah, if you have the ability to stock up on fuel or food or pretty much anything right now, I would do it. Or go check out Shawnee's channel and learn how to grow some of your own food if you don't already know how. Somebody do me a favor and drop Shawnee's link in the chat if you can. Great channel on growing your own food. Or if you can just get it from the Amish, that works too. But prices are just going to keep going up. You know, they keep talking oil. You don't hear much about fertilizer, and that's going to be, in my opinion, a bigger problem than the oil. Of course, the oil is not going to help either because the farmers need diesel. So if they don't have fertilizer or diesel, they ain't going to be growing much this year. And that's going to be a real issue. Eric and Billy, thank you. Geezer, good morning. Yeah, we got a little Dune. Little Saturday morning Dune to get your day going. Awesome. Yep, Shawnee, absolutely. Better expand your garden if you can. The big problem is going to be in the big cities. I mean, a lot of them can't go to the local farmers market. There is no farmers market because they're in a big city. Yep, that's not a bad idea, little lone prepper. Cane Corso, that's a good point too. If you got a chance to learn some medical skills, I would definitely jump on that. I mean, things are going to get bad. Yes, Shawnee, it actually is. Yeah. Uh, they keep telling us, oh, it's going to be okay. We've pretty much already won the war. I don't think we have. I think it's all crap. Yeah. Now, Northern California, speaking of Los Angeles, is a big farming area. Southern California, yeah, not so much. But yep, that's a good point, James. Build a community. Have some people you can trade with. Maybe you grow some things and the guy down the road grows some different things and you guys can trade back and forth. Maybe you grow crops and he raises cattle and you can, do a little bartering to get your meat. Yep, you might want to be starting to compost your own stuff. That's a good point, Gen X. Yes, the bipolar weather. Well, it's that time of year. What was it, Thursday? Yes, I think it was Thursday that we had all 4 seasons in one day. Woke up in the morning and it was kind of spring like, and then before the rain and that rolled through, it actually got humid and it was kind of warm. It felt like summer, and then the rain started and it felt like fall. And by the time I went home, it was 17 degrees with the wind chill and spitting snow. Gotta love it. Oh, thanks, Billy. Appreciate that. Right now, awesome. Eric, that's funny. Family farms, yep. I have my wife has some relatives. I'm okay. There are relatives. We've been married so long, they ain't even funny, so it doesn't matter. But that raise cattle, so we get our meat from them. Yep. If you need meds, I would definitely stock up on them too. Yep. Yeah, I mean, they're almost going to have to put boots on the ground if they're going to finish the job. Oh yeah, that's a good point too. Grace does some awesome stuff. If you guys want to learn how to make a lot of your own medications and ointments and things like that, so check out Grit and Grace's channel. Rural, if you want to drop the link to her live tonight, I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, go check that out. Definitely. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, Rural. Yeah, a lot of my wife's family are farmers in that out in the just outside of town. So that helps us out quite a bit. There it is. So there's the link. Click on that link, guys, and turn on the reminder so you don't forget about it, which is something that I should probably do. Wait, I already did. Yeah, that's right. If I don't click on them reminders, I get sidetracked. By then, I should be done digging post holes. I don't want to dig post holes. I only have to dig, 3, replace the posts, and then the fence is actually okay. It just fell over, so I could just use that fence and put it back up. But it wasn't in my plans today. But plans change. That's awesome, James. Yeah, my grandparents all canned, and they had my great grandfather had a pretty good sized uh, garden, probably a couple acres that he did all by himself. Okay, knock it off with all the alerts. Things must be getting interesting over in the Middle East again. So, and my grandmother canned. I remember sitting on the porch snapping green beans and that when I was a kid, and of course my wife actually grew up out on a farm, so had 10 acres. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know how much land some of my wife's relatives got. They own quite a bit out there and outside of work or outside of town. Yeah, it's not quite time to plant stuff outside here yet, unless you got a greenhouse, because we're still going to get some cold weather. Like I said, Tuesday the high's 28 after being 74 tomorrow. I could wait and dig post holes when it's a little warmer tomorrow, but I just want to get it done today. I don't want to wait till tomorrow. I got other things planned for tomorrow. And if it takes me longer than I planned, I don't. Tomorrow I have to go to church, and then we have to do the 0 hour, so I don't want to be running behind. James, you could make a greenhouse pretty inexpensive. Iran has warned the UAE residents to avoid major ports around Dubai. Wonder why. Yep, that's true. Oh, there you go, James. You can get some seeds. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can make a greenhouse pretty inexpensive. It's a little bit of work, but we're not afraid to put in a little work, right? That's what we're looking for. A little bit of land doesn't have to be a lot of land. I would like at least an acre. I don't need 100 acres or anything, which we may end up buying off of some of my wife's relatives because they're getting older. And the one group, I don't know how many acres they have. They got a pretty good sized chunk of land out there, and they're getting older. They're probably 10 years older than us, so they're in their mid 60s, and they don't farm a lot of it anymore because they're getting older, and their kids want. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's the wrong ones. Actually, they don't have any kids, so they have nobody to leave it to. So we may end up just buying some land off of them. And we want to get a little homestead. And you don't need a lot of room. Again, watch Grit and Grace's channel. All the stuff that she does, I think she says she only has like an acre. And she has chickens and cattle and Badger. If you guys don't know who Badger is, Badger's a riot. So you don't need a lot of room. You can do it in a smaller area. But if I get more than an acre, I'm okay with that too. But man, start growing your own food if you can. If you can grow your own food in buckets without having a garden. Devil Dog Prepper is PJ. Good morning. How you doing? Devil Dog Prepper is like the expert on that, on the container gardening. He does a lot of that stuff. Devil Dog hasn't been on lately because he's been awful busy, but I'm sure he's got older videos on how to do a lot of that stuff that you could check out. because as the price goes up and the availability goes down, it is going to be harder to get food. It's either going to be too expensive or just flat out unavailable. Blue Butterfly, you are correct. If you do it right, it doesn't take a lot of room. I'm going to do a little container gardening myself this year because we're looking to move and I want to be able to take it with me if I can. So, Israel airstrikes have struck the Iranian Space Research Institute in Tehran last night. Iran has a space research institute? That surprises me. Bone broth right now and candles this afternoon. Awesome. Oh no, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. We're staying close by because the grandkids live here. My wife doesn't want to go anywhere. We're just moving outside of the little town we're in and getting a little land. Yep, I want to be able to take that stuff with me. So and once we get a place, then it'll be in the ground. But the prices are starting to come down a little bit around here because nobody's buying property. Go out to the Ozarks. If I could talk the wife into it, but the wife's not going to leave the grandkids. And they're all fairly close by, within like 20 miles. So, wow. $5.50 for one tomato plant. Muffin Man, go get some coffee. I got some nice some coffee I got from Amish country yesterday, and I'll tell you what, boy, it's good. If I don't open the lid, though, it don't come out. Oh, much better. Yeah, we bought a lot of groceries in at the Amish grocery store yesterday. I still got all kinds of alerts coming over my phone from where do we want to move? We're just moving outside of town. That's all. We're just looking for a little land right here in our little local area. Because I got to say, we're in a pretty good little spot as far as SHTF goes. We don't have earthquakes. We don't have hurricanes. We're in the foothills of the Appalachians, so we really don't get tornadoes. They happen on the west side of Ohio in the flatlands. There's no flatland here, and tornadoes like flatland. I'd love to build a family compound, James. I've been trying to talk the kids into that. We should just all go in together and buy some land and do that. Hopefully, maybe they'll come around. But yeah, that'd be awesome. But it doesn't flood around here. South of Zanesville. That's a thought. Zanesville is about an hour from here. Right. Yeah. We both grew up around here and had family all over this area. So, yeah, we're very familiar with the area. Somebody asked me if I had a map of the local area in case of something. I'm like, I don't need a map of this area. Yep. I agree, L-Dog. Yep. In the foothills. Yep. It's nice. Like I said, there's a river that runs through here, but I don't know. The town sits, 100 feet over that river. I mean, it would have to basically flood the entire western half of Ohio before we would get flooded. So we don't really have to worry about that too much. MS Gulf Coast, good to see you this morning. So, yeah, we don't really have much in the way of we had that windstorm yesterday, but that was kind of a fluke. And we did have the remnants of a hurricane come up through here. I think it was 2009. We were out playing in the wind, like 90-mile-an-hour winds. Actually, I think the windstorm yesterday did more damage than that one did. But I remember the wife getting blown around in the driveway. She's little. Me and the boys are out seeing if we could walk against it. Well, it's not so much moving in with family. It's the kids. We're trying to talk them into it. Some of the kids. Whoops. Yeah, now I have some maps that are of other parts of the state, well, in other states for back when I used to haul Amish because I would get in places I wasn't familiar with. But as far as like this little county and that, I don't need them. I could go through this entire county with my eyes shut. Remember, I was a Gen X kid. We rode our bikes all over this county. I've been on every back road and place you could think of. So I don't really need a map of this area. Oh yeah, you can pick up maps for free. Truck stops, rest areas, uh, tourist places like out in Amish country where we were yesterday. Every place you walked in, they had like maps of Amish country if you wanted to pick one up. I'm pretty familiar with the Amish country too, so I didn't worry about it. But yeah, you can always grab a map. Maps aren't that hard to find, and they're good to have if you're not familiar with the area. So I mean, if you're going to go on a trip, anytime we go on a trip, we get out of town, we go anywhere, we make sure we have a map if we're not familiar with the area. But if we're just here at home, I don't worry about it too much. Yeah, if you rely on heating fuel in the wintertime, I would fill your tanks as soon as possible. Yep, I think all of us would like to have a farm, pretty much. Yeah, I tell you what, land's going up everywhere. It's kind of stabilized here, but it's bad. You used to be able to get an acre of land for practically nothing. It seemed like 20 years ago. Now they want more than they used to want for the houses just for an acre of land. More pictures of wind damage. We had a lot of wind damage. Welcome back, Eric. But yeah, like I said, if you can fill your heating oil now, if you have the ability, I know it's expensive to fill them tanks up in that. I get it. Do it. Yeah, they sold off a lot of the farmland around here too. Wow. Yeah, it's even more expensive here, and we're in like nowhere, Ohio. Yeah, that's part of the problem. And Trump says, "Oh, I'm going to do something to fix this." I don't understand how you can fix that. You can sell your land for whatever you want to sell it to. The government can't tell you, you know, oh, you can only sell it for X amount. Mad Chad, what's up, my man? Skull, good morning. Got me some nice Amish coffee this morning. Good stuff, let me tell you. Yeah, you used to be able to get land pretty reasonable. Even around here, it wasn't that much. But now it's getting nuts. Yes, Amish coffee. We went to Amish country yesterday. I took some video. Like I said, I don't know when I'm going to get it put together. If I was going to do it today before the wind knocked down my fence, and now I have to go dig post holes, which I don't want to do, but got to be done. Luckily, I only have to dig, I think 3 post holes will do it. And I have the posts because I had some extra wood out there, so I don't have to, it actually ain't going to cost me anything. Luckily, I have everything I need to do that. I just have to actually go do it. So it's nothing but labor. So I guess that's a good part. Didn't cost me. It ain't going to cost me a lot of money or anything to replace my fence. I had all the stuff. I had extra wood and I had some 4x4s laying around, and so we're just going to replace some post holes, put the fence back up. I got all the screws and my cordless drill, and it'll be all right. Yeah, even when I was young, you could get an acre of land around here for between 500 and maybe $1,200, depending on where it was and if it was already logged or not. Yeah, Rabbit, that's why I have to go out and do it today. So the doggies can go out and run around the backyard instead of running around the whole neighborhood. So I took them out this morning and I went out with them and just told them, no going through the fence. And they listened. They're good doggies. They were like, all right, Dad. But they were looking like, you sure we can't go over there and run around? I'm like, no, you can't. But now, yeah, they want, for a lot in town, just a lot, empty lot, like quarter of an acre, maybe less, eighth of an acre. They want like $100,000 just for the lot. It wasn't that long ago that you could get a decent house. And I'm talking something that didn't need any repairs or anything. I'm talking a move-in ready house for around $100,000. Yeah, Blue Butterfly. We've kind of been in the same thing, in a holding pattern, just waiting for something to become available. But probably our option is going to be getting some land, buying some land off of my wife's relatives, because they'll sell it to us for a reasonable price instead of the crazy stuff they want. Commercial land, I seen over by where I work, there's 2 acres sitting empty. It's just 2 acres. There's nothing on it. Yeah, you can't get that anymore, Blue Butterfly. Not for $100,000. No. Now you get $350,000 for a fixer upper. But oh yeah, there's 2 acres right over by where I work. They want $1 million for 2 acres. Now it's commercial land. It's not. Yeah, 30,000 an acre. Yeah. Even the farmland's going for more than that around here. It's nuts. I don't know how people. I looked up the average wage in my county, and it's like $17.62 an hour. That's the average wage. I'm like, how are people buying houses and land and anything for that matter, even paying rent? Because the rents went crazy around here too. You could get an apartment for $350, and you could rent a whole house for 500 to 800, depending on, you know, how big it was and things like that. And now they want 1,200 for a studio apartment around here, where everything's in one room and you might have a curtain around your bath, about around your toilet. It's insane. And that's why we actually have homeless here for the first time in history. And the homeless population is growing. It's hard, you know, yeah, you're right about some of that, but just the prices are going up so much that I don't know how people are affording it. I can't figure it out. Yep, absolutely. And our electric bill, good Lord. How's your electric bill been lately? Newark's full of homeless people. I believe it. Yep. It's nuts. Yeah, 50-year mortgages. I don't think I could get a 50-year mortgage. I'm definitely not going to live that long. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I don't eat at McDonald's. I try not to eat any fast food at all, but occasionally I will go to Wendy's and grab something. Yeah. So what's your electric bill been lately? Ours is insane. Oh yeah, I agree. And they say, oh, they're going to produce their own electricity, and then they're going to sell the electric companies the leftover. No, they're not. Your electric bill's not going to go down. Yeah, even 750 for a 1 bedroom in a small town. Nuts. I remember when I before I moved out west, I had a 1 bedroom apartment. Had a nice living room, kitchen, bedroom. I think I paid $225. Now, okay, granted that was a long time ago, but still. Electric bill was 207, but it's just you. It's just me and the wife, and our electric bill's gotten ridiculous. Of course, we have AEP, and who owns AEP? BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. Shocking. Yep, I agree, Mad Chad. Oh yeah, there's the data centers are going. It's insane, and they're building a lot of them in Ohio. And not only is it sucking up all your electric that you're paying for, I don't know why we have to pay for it. I think because they're considering it infrastructure, but they're also sucking up all the fresh water. Yep, beef is going to keep going up. Rental property starts at 1,500, yeah, and just goes up from there. I've seen some around here that are just. I look at them and go, "There's no way. There's no way anybody's going to rent that." Yep, they're definitely going to pollute the rivers anymore, or even more. Yep. Chad, I agree completely. We are funding our own demise. We definitely are. Book of Cherith, good to see you. Definitely keep prepping. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. Electric bills double since last year. Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. But I bet you're not using any more electricity, are you? Same amount of usage, double the bill. Yep, that's the first. Well, one of the first things I'm setting up is when we get our own place is solar. Hello, can I help you? Hi, hi. Are you staying? You're kind of blocking my entire face. How you doing? Hi. Did you want to say hi to everybody? Look over here. We just come to visit. Yeah, yeah. This is my baby here. This is Jigger. I found him when he was about 12 hours old. He was about this big. This big. You were this big. You were. And now he's a horse. Oh, he can be at times, Rabid. This is who rules the house. Everybody thinks Reba runs the house. No, 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 no. This is the supreme leader, huh? Oh, okay. You're done with your guest star appearance. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Your tail's still here. See this? So yeah, I want to get solar, and I want to. PJ, have a good day. Uh yes, yes, that is the supreme leader. Yes, he rules the roost, but he has the temperament for it. Reba doesn't have the temperament to rule anything. She's just gonna lay there and sleep. Every time I leave, I tell him, "All right, you're in charge." He's like, "Shut up, I know it." Oh, he says, "I'm in charge when you're home." Yeah, we don't get well. We had two mice that managed to sneak in when it was really really cold out this winter. When we had that stretch of like 2 weeks where it was below zero the whole time, and they didn't last long. But yeah, first thing I want to set up is solar and an ice house, or what I call an Amish freezer. So the Amish put these. It looks like a storage shed. Reminds you of just a storage shed, and I don't know exactly how they do all of it. So I'm going to have them build it for me because they already know how to do it. But basically, they put up like a storage shed thing. They insulate it to the heels, and then they fill it full of ice, and that's their freezer. And how I found this out is some of you might have heard this story already, but uh, I went out to when I was hauling Amish, and it was wintertime. It was January. It was the weekend was coming up, and it was going to get really cold, like we had there below zero days, right? And the guy I picked up, his family was out there, and they were putting up a frame that was about, I'm going to say 15 by 15, and they put. I'm watching them because I was there a little early, and they put a big tarp in it, and they were filling it full of water, and I thought, what do they do with? So yes, I had a big yes. Mad Chat has seen my giant Yoder toter, and I thought, what are they doing? So the guy's name was Roy. He comes out, and I said, Roy, what are you guys doing? And he said, oh, we're getting ready to make ice. I said, oh, well, okay, yeah, it's going to be cold. All right, that makes sense. But I thought, what do you need that much ice for? Because the thing was like a foot deep, and like I said, like 15 by 15, give or take. And he said, oh, that's for our freezer. And he pointed over towards his shed. And I said, oh, that's your freezer. And he said, yeah, it's where, that's our freezer. Oh. So, so I said, what do you do in the summertime when the ice melts? He goes, the ice don't melt. He goes, we actually didn't even make ice last winter. We haven't made it since 2 winters ago. He said, it don't melt in the summertime. He said, we'll have ice for a couple of years after this. I'm like, I like that idea. No electricity. You don't have to worry about the power. The power can go out forever. You're still going to have frozen food. I'm like, I love that idea. So anyway, ever since then, I said, when we get our own place, that's one of the first things I'm doing. Because then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about the power. You don't have to worry about losing your frozen food. If the power goes out, so what? Because they don't have electricity out there. Well, okay, some of their shops, they don't have electricity in their house. They will have electricity in their workshops a lot of times, but not in their house. They have lights and stuff in their house. It's all natural gas. They have natural gas lighting and things like that. But they don't have actual electricity. Yeah, if you don't make your own own ice, they do have places that deliver the big chunks of ice. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Some of them do use. I seen the one guy. His workshop is completely run off of air, and the air is generated from an old semi motor that he has set up in a little building next to it. It is actually a big semi engine, and just fill it full of diesel and fire it up, and that runs their compressors. That's actually the same guy that I got the ice idea from. Yep, and they have little solar things set up. Chris, good morning. Good to see you, Texas Raider. So when I first started going out there, they have a little building set up. Looks like an outhouse, and like 4 of them will share this little building, and there'll be a solar panel on the top of it, and that's their phone booth. Right? They can't have the cell phone in their house, but they have a little phone booth set up, and the solar power keeps the phone charged. And like I said, sometimes there's 2 or 3 houses or 4 houses that share one phone booth, and then if they need to make a call, they go out in their little shack and call you up and say, hey, can you take us wherever next week, or so. More alerts. Missile impact earlier. Okay. And so yeah, they do some pretty cool stuff. You can learn a lot from the Amish. I remember that show. Old Green Acres. Jeez, that was back in the day. I haven't seen that show in a long time. Oliver. It's always calling for Oliver. Yep, Mad Chads. We're in about pretty much the same age group. He probably remembers Green Acres. Shad, how was the wind up there? I heard you guys got more wind than we got down here. I seen that was like one of the highest places recorded was up around the Erie coast. That and Dayton. Did you get any wind damage yesterday? Like I was saying earlier, I have to go dig some fence posts because the wind snapped off some of my fence posts. Rabbit, have a good day. 50 to 70. Yeah, I seen the highest they recorded here was 65. Lost power. Yeah, we had a power outage for about 3 hours. Wasn't a big deal, but I thought maybe it was going to be longer than that. Kristen, good morning. Good to see you. Oh yeah, they're still out replacing stuff around here. We had a couple roofs come off of some buildings and made a pretty good mess. But I thought the power would be out longer. My wife was like, "How long do you think this is gonna last?" And I said, "Well, they may wait till the wind dies down to fix it, and that's not going to be till like this morning. But it come back on about 3 hours later." 8 inches of fresh snow. Wait, Chris, what are you doing in Minnesota? Yep, a lot of down trees. We had a lot of. I noticed on I-77 and 71 and 70, they had a lot of semis turned over. That seemed to be a big problem. Of course, big flat surface. That's what happened to my fence. Big flat surface. Gen X, have a good day. Yeah, that's always an option. Just go, yep, I'm going to go back to sleep. Power's out anyway. Actually, when it first went out, we weren't even home. We were still out in Amish country. Reba, can you snore any louder? Such a bum. Oh, okay. I was going to say, because you're in Oklahoma. I wondered what you were doing up in. Okay. All right. Canceled my flight back home for a few days. Well, hey, nothing wrong with that, right? Get to hang out for a couple extra days. Missile launches detected from Iran. Wow. Kristen, we will definitely do that. Yep. That's Reba snoring in the background. She's out. She's got the life, let me tell you. There's days I want to trade her. Yep, she is out. Actually, the kitties are out, and Chewy's out, the other dog. Everybody's out. Must be a good day to sleep, I guess, huh? Anybody else have anything they want to talk about real quick? Yeah, Belly's going to steal Reba one of these days. No stealing Reba. So we were out at the puppy, the pet store out in Amish country, and they have a lot of puppies. And I got some video of that. Happy Pie Day. Yeah. Oh, it is Pie Day, ain't it? I had some pie yesterday, Mad Chad. Some cherry pie, homemade cherry pie with homemade vanilla ice cream. Like I said, I got some video of all the Amish stuff that we did yesterday that I need to put it all together and edit it and stuff like that, which I was going to do today before the whole wind. Yeah, I knew what you meant, but it just reminded me that I actually had some pie yesterday. But anyway, now I have to go dig post holes. Yes, Mad Shad's favorite holiday, Pie Day. Yes. Uh, oh, it was good. It was good. We went to Mrs. Yoder's kitchen. Yes, in Berlin. Yep, that's where we were. Oh, are they really? MS Coast. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Really wouldn't surprise me. See, here. Yeah, my wife had some coconut cream pie. You'll see it on the video if I ever get it put together. Uh, yeah, that's part of the problem. That's part of the reason that I don't think we can pull out of this whole Iran thing is because if we do, Israel's just going to go in and who knows what they're going to do. Possibly drop a sun on them. Yep, could be. Could happen. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Yeah, that is cheap for pizza nowadays. Absolutely. Uh, they eliminated another person in Hezbollah. Yeah, it was good stuff. Like I said, I got some video of our meal and the Amish grocery store and the puppy store, and we went to the Amish flea market. But if I would get that all put together today if I didn't have to go dig post holes. But it'll come out sometime this week. So yes, we went to Mrs. Yoder's kitchen in that's actually in Mount Hope. GGS, have a good day. Annette, good to see you. You added Mrs. Yoder's to your Google map. Yeah. See, I hauled Amish, so I ran around up there a lot, so I know right where Mrs. It's right on 241 in the thriving metropolis of Mount Hope, which is a very, very small town that has big, uh, uh, big, uh, a big hotel. Because I also have a big auction barn. They do some crazy auctions up there, and they have some show. They have like an air show, not airplanes, but air tools. And I've always wanted to go. They have an exotic animal sale up there every year, but it's in like February, and it's always cold, and I don't want to go. But they have some cool stuff up there, so they have a hotel. And sometimes that hotel is full, and you got to stay other places. But the town itself is just tiny little town with the best restaurant on the planet. Ask Granny's Country Corner. She has been there a few times, and we were planning on meeting up there later on this year. So to have us some chicken, best chicken on the planet. Part of the reason it's the best chicken on the planet is probably a couple of days prior to eating it, it was running around in somebody's field. Yep, I've been to Lehman's. Yep, Lehman's is in uh, Kidron, which is a little bit bigger than Mount Hope, but not a whole lot. To extend the sanctions. Okay. Nothing better than Amish country. Like I said, we got some groceries, and you guys would be impressed with the grocery store. Whenever I get the yeah, I agree. Whenever I get the video all put together, maybe I'll do it tomorrow morning. I might get it done tomorrow morning. But I will get it done sometime along. The wind threw a curveball in my plans for today. The Ashery, yes, all roads lead to the Ashery. I swear you can't go through Amish country without going by the Ashery sometime along. I went by the Ashery yesterday on the road between Berlin and Mount Hope. Salt Mist, good to see you this morning. The Ashery is your favorite. Yeah, I'm telling you, Amish country is a good place. I mean, it just, like I said, you're not going to get any of every place you eat is going to be good stuff, raised out there, not pumped full of garbage that you're going to get from the grocery stores. And that's why we changed where we grocery shop. We grocery shop out at Troyer's Market in Berlin. And yeah, they got a lot of bulk foods. Yeah, you can get bulk foods. Yep. Be careful with the Walmart chicken. I don't eat. We don't get meat from Walmart. Got to do some paperwork. Fried pies. Oh yeah, absolutely. Nothing better than some fried pies. Yeah, pies. Right. Chad, good to see you this morning. Good morning from Malvern. I know where that's at. That's not too far away. I like that we're starting to get some locals in the channel, and it's kind of nice. See some of the people in the area get interested in some of this stuff. Age of Stream. No, I don't think I've ever been there. I'm not sure where that's at. Age of Steam. Oh, is that one of the Steam show they have up there in Mount Hope? Is that what that is? They do have it in Sugar Creek. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's in Sugar Creek. Yeah, we were actually out. We went through Sugar Creek on the way to Berlin yesterday. Went to the Trail Fest. Now, is that Trail Bologna? Nothing better than some old Trail Bologna. Yeah, the old railroad steam engines. Yeah. There's actually an Amish guy that I used to haul every now and then that collects old steam engines. Yeah, we kind of went in a big circle. We went out through Sugar Creek and then to Berlin and then out to Mount Hope to eat. And then we came back through on 250 through Strasburg and Mount Eaton. Right on. Yeah, it's a little cold right now. Well, tomorrow it's going to be 74, but then by Tuesday it's going to be 28 again. So we're having our bipolar spring. Oh, right on. Some reenactments. All right, cool. Snowed there last night. It was kind of cold here. Well, with the wind, if you could get out of the wind, it wasn't that bad. Up in Malvern's not that far away. Staying in bed till April. Hey, yeah, maybe May, right? Because it occasionally it still snows in April. Last year it stayed cool till the beginning of May. I was before we went to Vision's bug out weekend last year, which was like in the middle of May. I was keeping an eye on the weather, thinking we might have to take the little buddy heater with us because it was still cold. But then right before then, it warmed up that weekend, and it was pretty decent out. So temperature wise, we had a little rain, but yeah, geezer, I don't like winter either. I really don't. I should go out and do some winter camping, and I've said that for 2 winters now, and I haven't done it either one because I just go, "Oh, I just don't want to do it. I know I should do it, I just don't want to. I have the necessary equipment to go out and hang out in the woods in the wintertime, but I just rather not. Snorosaurus back here, yeah, she's out. She's sawing logs. Like I said, must be nice. Yep. This winter really wasn't that bad. Are there any prepper meetups scheduled? Uh, the only one that I know of that's actually got a date out yet is uh, God's Prepared Warrior is having a like a bug out weekend, and it's not till it's the week of Thanksgiving. It actually starts on not Good Friday, Black Friday. So it's that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down. It's in south of Dallas, down in Texas. Uh, there isn't anything that I know of scheduled in Ohio as of yet. There's talks, but nothing concrete yet. But I'm sure there'll be something. And I know there's going to be one in that we're going to one in South Carolina sometime end of July, beginning of August. I'm pretty sure we're going to the Texas one. Uh, if there's one in Ohio, we'll be going to that one. It's still in the works, but nothing concrete yet. Everybody's kind of on hold. They don't really know what's going on with the economy and the war and everything like that. So that's kind of putting a damper on things. Now there's other ones. There's but they have a big one in Missouri, I think, and then I don't know. There may be some smaller ones. I thought about doing like a 1 day event around here, but it didn't seem to get a lot of interest. So, oh yeah, we have a ton of them. Yeah, last year we went to Vision Preparedness as a bug out weekend in Dayton, or out right outside of Dayton, and some of the other people in the chat were there. Yeah, it was great. It was absolutely awesome. We had a blast. He don't know if he's going to do one yet this year, just because of life, life, and things are going on, and so I know they're still talking about it. So we'll just have to wait and see. But it's usually in the spring. It's usually, I think he said if there was going to be one, and again, no, there's nothing set in stone. But if there was going to be one, it might be probably he's looking at June, I think. So, but we'll have to see. I don't know. So if he has one, we'll be there. If he don't, then we're definitely going to Half-Ass Ready's. Yeah, still in committee. Yeah, right. Uh, oh, L Dog, it was a blast. We had a great time. Mad Chad was there, and Rural 2IC was there, and Half-Ass Ready, and of course Trent Vision. Ghost Lincoln was there, and Double Dog, and uh, uh, Wolfang. JD Prepping was there. We even had people from Canada. Might be able to make that. Okay, yeah. Pilgrim, cool. Yeah, Wolfgang was there. Yep. Me and Wolfgang was out watching the storm. I think I got a short somewhere back in the archives on me and Wolfgang hanging out watching the big storm we had. Yep, Jules was there from Canada. Vanessa, that was it was at a park right outside of Dayton, Ohio. You could actually see we seen a C-17 take off from Wright-Patterson, flew right over us. Vanessa, if I didn't say good morning to you, good morning. Yeah, blue butterfly was there. Yep, I forgot about that one. Thanks, Matt Chad. Yep, and Holly Imes was there. Oh, ex NYC prepper, come all the way from New York. He was there. Did I miss anybody? JBS was there. He did a few videos. He's been really busy lately. He hasn't had any time to do anything lately. Did I miss anybody? Love and Life was there. They got a good channel. Check them out. I probably missed some people, but we had a great time. It was awesome. So yeah, if you guys can get to one of these events, whether it be that one or a different one, whatever, try to make it. Like I said, we're going to Half Ready's down in Western South Carolina and or North Carolina, and we're also going to God's Prepared Warriors down in Texas in November. At least that's the plan right now. Virginia Bushcraft was there? Was he? Okay. We're driving. Yeah, we're driving to all those places. Yeah, I'm not flying. I used to fly a lot when I lived out west, and with all the stuff going on, have you seen the TSA lines right now with the government shutdown? I seen a video of one at Atlanta Airport. Of course, that's one of the biggest ones there is, and they were clear through the terminal, clear outside, down the block. So you were just driving. Yeah, I flew a lot when I lived out west. I would fly back and forth from here to visit family back out there. Oh, I don't know, 4 times a year at least. So, and I don't mind flying. It doesn't bother me at all. But I just, with all the hoops you got to jump through nowadays, I just don't want to do it anymore. I'll just drive. I don't mind driving either. So there is a massive protest in Cuba amid fuel shortages and widespread blackouts. So we will be driving down to quit flying after 9/11. I was working in Vegas when that happened, and it was really weird to see McCarran Airport with no planes flying in and out of it. And people got stuck there for a while because all the airports shut down, but McCarran Airport never stops. They're coming in and out of there 24/7. So to see nothing coming in and out of there was really strange. But yeah, the one down to Janet might have still flown, yeah. But Spy Geezer, Janet Air doesn't exist. So one of the fun things to do in Vegas is to go sit off of Tropicana Boulevard and look at Janet Air sitting because the hangar's right by the friggin' road. It's not like they even hide these things. And then call the FAA and tell them, listen, there's a plane sitting here that doesn't have any numbers on it. Doesn't have any tail numbers or anything. And they'll tell you that's not real. It doesn't exist. Even though you're sitting there looking at the thing. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing ever. It's hilarious. Yeah, I don't like autocorrect either. It doesn't like me. Yeah, and believe it or not, I watched the flight radar. If you watch Flight Radar 24, Janet Air shows up on the flight radar, and it says Janet right on it. Craziest thing ever. But they'll still tell you it don't exist. They run around with their transponders on, so you see them on the flight radar. Dumbest thing ever. Well, guys, I have to go dig post holes. I don't want to do it, but I got to do it. And put my fence back up so the doggies can go run around in the backyard and not run around through the neighborhood. So I appreciate everybody stopping by. Yeah, non-existent turf. Yeah. Oh, Janet Air takes workers from Vegas out to the Groom Lake facility and back. They run about 2 times a day. Thank you, everybody. Like I said, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate all you guys. Don't forget to check out Grit and Grace's stream with Rural tonight at, I believe it's 9 o'clock Eastern time. So you have to adjust accordingly. We will see you all there. I'll be there hanging out, and have a good day. Keep prepping, guys. Don't wait for SHTF because it ain't going to wait for you, because who knows what's coming down the pipe with all this. So y'all have a good day. Do the things. Stay warm. Hopefully you got power again, and have a great day. We will see y'all next time. We'll see it. Oh, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Rural's channel is a 0 hour this week, so we will definitely see you there. So have a good day, everybody. We're out of here.